There is a moment before the contact when the crowd already knows. The defender's feet leave the floor a half second too late, and in that half second, a verdict is written. In the NBA, getting dunked on is not a mistake. It is a public execution, a stripping of armor in front of 20,000 witnesses. We are about to revisit the moments that delivered that sentence to players who believed they were untouchable. Consider the men who were supposed to stop it, not role players, not rookies caught out of position on a forgettable Tuesday night. The ones with reputations, the kind of reputation that gets printed on posters before someone else's poster gets made of them. Think of a celebrated shot blocker, the kind of defender who has spent a decade making forwards second-guess their approach to the rim. His entire identity is built on that moment of rejection. The arm extended, the ball swatted back, the crowd rising for him. Now imagine the dunk that strips that identity in 4 seconds flat. The attacker comes baseline, the defender commits early, jumps to meet him, and the ball goes up and over and through while the defender becomes the canvas. The bench goes quiet for a half second before the other bench erupts. That silence is the sound of a reputation fracturing. Or consider the veteran all-star who has talked loudly in the days before a game. Words get remembered in this league. When the moment arrives, a drive through the lane, a body rising impossibly above the outstretched hand, the crowd does not just react to the athleticism, they react to the accounting. Every syllable of trash talk gets collected and paid back in a single, rim-rocking instant. The defender's face afterward is not angry, it is blank. That blankness is its own confession. No status protects you here. Not rings, not reputation, not years of service. Have you ever considered what it costs a man? Not in points, not in the box score, but in something closer to dignity. To be turned into someone else's highlight reel. Because some of these players never fully escaped that moment. It followed them, replayed on screens, became their introduction to strangers who never once watched them play a full game. That veteran all-star who talked before the game and got paid back in one rim-rocking instant. Whose side were you on in that moment, the defender or the attacker? Drop your answer in the comments below, because what comes next gets even darker. But let us be honest about what we are actually watching. Because the moments already covered, the shot blocker stripped of his identity, the trash talker handed the bill, those were humiliations. What comes next is something closer to erasure. There are dunks in this league that did not just embarrass the man underneath them, they rewrote him. The geometry alone tells the story. A defender planted, body square, both feet on the floor, doing everything the textbook demands, and still becoming a monument someone else climbs. The attacker rises at an angle that should not be physically available, the ball tracing an arc that clears the defender's outstretched hand by 6 inches of pure disrespect. And the contact, that brief, thunderous meeting of forearm and chest, does not slow the finish. It punctuates it. The rim rocks, the backboard shudders. The arena becomes a single organism of disbelief, and the commentator's voice breaks open like a man who forgot he was working. That is not a play. That is the sport writing its own law in public. The bench eruption matters here, not as color, but as evidence. When 20-plus professionals who have seen everything suddenly rise from their seats, mouths open, hands on heads, some of them pointing at the defender with something that looks almost like grief, they are not celebrating athleticism. They are witnessing a sentencing. Every player on that bench knows the sentence could have been theirs. And then the defender walks back up the court. The crowd is still roaring. The game has not resumed. He pulls at his shorts, looks at the floor, and keeps moving, because there is nothing else available to him. The moment is already immortal. The poster is already printed in the collective memory of everyone present. That walk is not retreat. That walk is the verdict being read aloud, one slow step at a time, in front of the entire world. No ring softens it. No contract rewrites it. The hierarchy is permanent, and basketball keeps the receipts forever. Subscribe for more moments where the game reveals what it costs, and watch the next one on screen.